Welcome one and all to Ajay Menon's video reviews. Today we'll be taking a look at a new desktop environment called Cinnamon. What is Cinnamon? Cinnamon is a new desktop environment that is being developed and maintained by the Linux Mint development team. Cinnamon is based on GNOME 3 technology, but it is made to keep the GNOME 2 users feel comfortable. How do you get Cinnamon? Well, if you're using Linux Mint, Cinnamon is already there in your repositories. The only thing you need to do is install it from the software center. If you're using Ubuntu, you can add Cinnamon into your repositories using a PPA and then install it from the software center. I will show you how to do it. All these codes will be there in the description below. And then just hit enter. I have already added the PPA, so I will not be doing this. Well, if you're not comfortable with the terminal, you can always use the software sources GUI. Just need to go to the software tab, add, and then just add the PPA. After you add the PPA, you've got to refresh your resources list. So you just need to do and then hit enter. Well, I've already updated my repository, so I do not need to do this. You can always use the update manager if you are looking for a graphical user interface. And then you can simply install Cinnamon by and then hit enter. Again, I've already installed Cinnamon, so I do not need to do this. You can also use the Ubuntu Software Center to install Cinnamon. What about other distributions like Gentoo, Slackware, Arch, etc.? How do we get Cinnamon there? Well, it's very easy. The Cinnamon developers will tell you how to install it in their website http://cinnamon.linuxmint.com/page_id=61. Now that we've installed Cinnamon, let's check it out. Behold the Cinnamon desktop. The desktop that you can see right in front of you is the Cinnamon desktop. I will also go ahead to say this is Cinnamon 1.4, the latest and greatest version of Cinnamon, which is much more polished than the other versions and actually much more stable. But then I will not say it's completely stable, because as far as I've used it, it's crashed on me twice. This is not how Cinnamon looks by default, because I've played with it a bit. Well, in my panel I've got a Mint menu. It looks very similar to the GNOME 2 Mint menu, but it's based on GNOME 3, and hence the difference. The shortcuts that you can see here are the shortcuts that are pinned to the GNOME shell menu. All the applications over here are filtered according to their uses. Moving on, we have the task switcher, which has got a few new features which I'll come to later. The show desktop button, universal settings, trash, Bluetooth, recently used files, network, volume, battery, the indicator, time and date, and the workspace switcher. Well, as I told you, there are a few new advances in the task switcher also. Well, let me open a few apps to show you that. I've got the Ubuntu Software Center, Gedit, and Shotwell open. Now I can make it visible on all workspaces, and I can move it to the workspace in the right, like so. I can do the same to the and move it to the workspace in the left. I can also make it visible on all the workspaces, like so. So it's there in both the workspaces. You can also add apps from the menu into the panel. You can launch it, add another one, edit the current one, and also remove it. Another hot new feature of Cinnamon 1.4 is the hot corner. I'll talk about it later. Now this arrow that you can see here is actually related with the Cinnamon settings. It has the troubleshoot option, which allows you to restart Cinnamon, go to Looking Glass, and restore all settings to default. Now Looking Glass is kinda cool actually. It has an evaluator, Windows, which shows us all the Windows errors, makes a log of all the errors, memory usage, and extensions. This ink droplet like icon is kinda cool actually, because it gives you more information on each and every element in the desktop. You gotta hit escape to escape from it. We've got the panel edit mode, panel settings, add remove applets, and other settings. Panel edit mode allows us to move objects from one part of the panel to the other. The panel is actually divided into three, as you can see here: the front portion, the middle row, and the end portion. Let's just off the edit mode for now and go into the panel settings. Here you have the panel settings. Menu text allows us to edit the text in the menu. Menu icon lets us to change the icon in the menu. We've got menu hover delay, auto hide panel, which, as you can understand, automatically hides the panel. The desktop layout allows us to choose whether the panel should be there in the bottom, it should be on the top, or it should be like the classic desktop. Well, you have to restart Cinnamon for the changes take place, like so. So this is more like the old GNOME 2 layout. An option to toggle the panel edit mode, which I just showed you a few seconds ago, and an option to toggle panel whether panel launchers are draggable, like so. We've got the calendar settings, which allows us to change the settings for the time and date. We've got the hot corner settings. Hot corner icon visible shows this icon over here. Hot corner enabled or disabled. Well, you know what it means. It either disables hot corner or enables it. Hot corner position allows us to change the position, which activates hot corner. This function over here, Windows selection, it shows us the various windows that are open currently. Well, while if you change it to workspace selection, it shows us the workspaces that are currently available, like so. This is really cool actually. You can move stuff from one place to another. Even if it's minimized, it comes out like this. You can add more workspaces, move windows among them, and close them if you wish to. Moving on. Themes. It allows us to change the theme of the Cinnamon panel and other stuff. The default theme of Cinnamon is Cinnamon. I've installed a few themes over here. Elementary OS completely changes the theme. Frost, Minty, and Minty Transparent. I'm gonna change the Cinnamon for now. You can also download more from their website. Other settings allows us to change other settings like the GTK theme, the window decoration theme, and much more. Effects. Now, as you can see, Cinnamon comes with lots of effects. You can toggle them on and off and also change them. Like when I close something, it opens like this, and when I close something, it closes like this. Those are the settings that are currently there, and I can change them if I wish to. Panel applets. It allows us to add or delete applets from the panel. If you enabled a panel edit mode, you can move the position of these applets. You can also reset the applets to default and also get more applets from their website. Extensions. I have not installed any, so I cannot do anything with this feature, but you can add more from the website. Desktop. This basically deals with the stuff that are there in the desktop. You can add icons to the desktop and also allow or not allow the file manager to handle the desktop. Windows. This is basically a graphical user interface to configure your window manager. You have various settings over here to configure it to your needs. Fonts. Fonts allows you to change the fonts of the computer, as you must know already.
I would like to conclude by saying Cinnamon is becoming a very good desktop environment. Hats off to the Linux Mint development team behind it. If you used to use GNOME 2 but is currently in a dilemma on what to use, then I would recommend Cinnamon for you. It is not fully stable yet, but it's not too shabby either. It is becoming very polished very fast. If the development continues in this pace, Cinnamon ought to be one of the best desktop environments available on Linux. Thank you all for watching my video. Thumbs up, rate and subscribe.